Thanks, Lacy, for coming in again. I appreciate it. So today we're going to do the third and the fourth activities of the coaching circuit. The modeling, we'll go through that whole activity, and then if we have time, we'll go ahead and do the behavioral rehearsal. If not, we can figure out another time to get that one done.
Okay.
But I'd really like to be able to get through it if we can. So modeling is bridging the gap between what we did last week, which was coaching on topic, where I kind of talked to you about the rationale and why we do specific teaching, explicit teaching on specific skills. And for us, it's the problem-solving skill set. So it's a bridge between that and what you're going to do tomorrow, the live coaching.
Okay.
And basically, it's me demonstrating how to teach the problem-solving steps during a large group time. Whenever you learn a new skill, it's helpful to watch somebody else actually doing it before you do it yourself. And I know that when we talked about your primary learning style being social, that's more discussing it kind of. So I want to make sure that you have opportunities as we're kind of talking about what we're doing to talk about if you have any questions or anything, because we want to make the best learning experience for you. That's our bottom line. So first we're going to talk about the skill set rubric that we came up with last time. And here's a copy of it right here. I think we're going to not do this preparing the materials, which you did. You got that picture. Thank you. I got that. And then I had this. That's going to be more of a professional development goal. We don't need to worry about that right now. So the first one is at large group time, you're going to get the children's attention and tell them what you're going to be doing. That you're going to be teaching a special social activity, what to do when they have a problem. So that's the first step. And then we have our measurements here, if you meet all of that. And we'll talk about this after we're done. We're going to go ahead and grade what I do.
Okay.
To help me with that. And then the second step would be that you'd elicit responses from the children to just determine what their comprehension is about the word problem. So kind of asking, what does anybody know what problem is? What does that word mean? And what are some examples of problems? Just kind of getting them to talk about it and then responding to what their feedback is to you.
Okay.
And then the next step would be introducing the actual chart, which I have here, a laminated chart. I'll go ahead and go through this. And then for that step, you want to point out each one, kind of read what it says. And since we're really wanting to work on emotional literacy, tying that back, we want to kind of look at the faces and kind of get the kids' idea of, this might be what you're feeling during each one of them, and that, I feel so much better, but we want to talk about that, so we'll do that.
Okay.
And then show the picture, which you picked out here, of two children having a problem. And tell the kids, we're going to practice. We're going to go through all of these steps, and I need your help.
Okay.
And let me see. Yeah, we want to go through all those steps with them with this picture. And then this is a great one because we can flip this and say, look at you guys had a great idea. Look what they did. A lot of this problem solving is presuming that you have already taught your kids some emotional literacy words. You've already taught them what to do when they're feeling angry and out of control. And how are you feeling about that in your classroom?
I think since it's the summer class, they're still learning a bit because a lot of them are new to the school too. But I think they have a pretty good grip on expressing themselves, and even throughout the day, if they're having a problem, being able to vocalize it and say how they're feeling and what's upsetting them. So I think they have a pretty good grip on it.
Have you guys talked at all about the solution kit?
Not this summer yet.
No. Okay. So that's going to be kind of tricky with this because usually kids have that tool before you really start teaching problem solving, having some ideas. So we're going to have to that might be a modification or something that we're going to want to talk about of changing in the skill set or in professional development plan.
Okay.
So let me see, after you teach that, we're going to go through with this with the kids and make sure that they follow through and give them the that practice. And then you're going to review it. Just hold it up again. Okay, let's remember, what are we going to do? In this one, just pointing to them and seeing if they can give the feedback on what the different steps are.
Okay.
And first time them hearing it, they may not be able to, so you're going to have to kind of be flexible with that and give them cues if you need to.
Okay.
And then throughout the whole activity, because you had identified that there might be a problem with some children attending.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the ways to help with that is talking about children who are attending and behaving and giving those kids the positive descriptive praise back.
Okay.
So our goal is to 3 times during the teaching session be able to give that descriptive praise back. So let me see, that's the skill set. And normally when we do modeling, and what we want to do too is write down what you want to do during the modeling procedure. But normally, just talking a little sidebar, normally when we do modeling, we like to do it in a classroom with kids.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you can see those interactions real time. But it's just not going to work for us because you're not in a classroom, I'm not in a classroom right now. We both have constraints on our time this summer, and it's lunchtime here at school, so we can't even sneak into another classroom because all of the kids are eating lunch. So we're gonna, Miss Patty and Miss Stacy are gonna come in, and they're gonna be our group of kids during this process. So let's see. Let's figure out what you're going to be doing as I'm doing the modeling. Any idea? I mean, do you want a couple different options? I mean, you could be one of the kids.
Okay.
If you feel like that's going to help you learn the skill. If you want to, you can have the skill set rubric and kind of go through and see those specific skills. You could just watch and we can talk about this later. I mean, what do you think is going to work best for you?
I think using the rubric and observing you doing it as I go through and check what you're doing will help me the most.
Okay. Yeah. And definitely after we're done, we're going to go watch the video, debrief it, and so we can talk more about anything that you see at our discussion time then. Okay, we'll plan on that. So once you write down then that you're going to be watching using the skills set rubric and kind of looking at what I'm doing during that time.
Okay.
And then just thinking about this rubric, can you think of any way we can maybe individualize it a little bit more for the kids in your classroom? Think it needs to be individualized anymore, or for kids that might have challenging behaviors?
I guess I don't think so. No, I think it's pretty good. I think I think it would be just keeping attention.
Okay.
Maybe more so.
Okay. So maybe what we can even do is brainstorm some other ideas. We talked about maybe getting some fidgets and having fidgets available.
Okay.
So we can do that. We have that little basket already for you. And then, I don't know, I did make another copy of this too, a couple smaller copies.
Okay.
So that might be another way
That you give keeping attention.
Yeah, just handing it to
That's a
them
good idea.
so
I
they
like
can
that.
kind of see and point to it if they need to. All right, so I think we're ready. How are you feeling?
Good. I'm feeling good about it.
Okay, good. So you know what you're going to be doing using the skill set, and we have our 2 children here. Come on over, children. I'm
Where
so
shall we
glad
go?
to see you.
Where can we go, teacher?
We're gonna
Oh,
change
where to
this
go?
just a little bit and let you guys sit here. With your unfortunately backs to the camera, and I'm gonna have to move the camera a little bit.
Our backs to the camera?
Yeah, but
Why?
it gets to focus on me.
Oh, jeez. The back of my head doesn't look good.
Me neither. Bad hair day.
Here we are. See how cute they are, really, in real life. I have to get my little notes of everything that I have to do during this. So, Lacey, you know Stacy and Patty, and they're going to be our children
Lacy's in back of
today.
us.
Well, I'm observing
Oh.
who's gonna do it. And
She's kind of decided with her learning style that it's going to be better for her to look at the skill set
Oh, okay.
and kind of go through and mark off as we're doing the modeling.
Okay.
So this is going to be a lot. What we're doing for Patty and Stacy to know, Lacy is wanting to work on her skills of explicitly teaching problem-solving steps to
Oh.
children at large group time.
Lovely.
Really being specific at the teaching part, because after that specific teaching is done, then you can carry that out and over throughout the day with individual kids. Use small groups to teach it too, but the kids have to first have the explicit teaching. And I have a couple of little props here for us. Okay. Thank you guys for coming to group time. Good listening. You're ready to learn, but first we're going to sing our song. You ready? Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen, this is how we listen at group time, at group time. Wow, I see you're ready to listen. That's great. Today we are going to learn about a special social skill. What you can do if you have a problem. Do you guys know what a problem is?
Yes, she took my toy this morning.
Ooh, that does sound like a problem.
I wanted it.
I know. It made me cry.
Ah, that sounds like that was a big problem.
I wanted it.
Stacy, can you think of any problems that you...
She had the toy I wanted.
Oh, that was a problem for both of you. Wow. Well, you know what? I had a problem this morning too. When I was getting ready to come to work, I got in my car and it wouldn't start and it was a problem and I didn't know what to do. So I had to figure it out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to see how we can take care of our problems when we have problems. All right. So what I have for you, look at this. Look at this little boy. This says problem solver. And oh, I see lots of pictures of. Number 1 says, what is my problem? Ooh, can you see his face? How do you think he's feeling?
He did what you did.
Yeah. Oh, he's kind of confused. Something happened, and he has to figure out what his problem is. What was your problem this morning, Patty?
She took my toy.
That's right. That was your problem. Wow. So that looks like that's kind of confusing. Oh, when you have a problem, that's the first thing. You have to figure out what your problem is. Then you get to think about some solutions. Some solutions to your problem. How do you think his face is there?
Happy.
Oh, and you know, I see that little light bulb. That little light bulb means he's thinking. He's thinking about something. So it's thinking of some solution. So this morning, when I had my problem, my car wouldn't start, I had to think. Oh, I was so frustrated. And I had to calm my body down, take some breaths, and then I thought, okay, my problem is my car won't start. So, I know. I can call my husband to help me. I can try again. I can...
Get a timer.
You know what? I could have gotten a timer to help me calm down. That would have been a really good idea to help me think about some things. I didn't think of that. You were thinking though. Good for you, thinking of a solution. Good
You could
for
ask your
you.
mom.
Could ask my mom for help. Yeah, lots of ideas. Well, I thought, the next thing says, ooh, I see 3 faces here. Not so happy, happy. Oh, he looks kind of.
Grumpy.
Oh, yeah. Well, what we could do after we think of our solutions, before we do anything, we have to think about what would happen if I got a timer. Probably wouldn't work too well for me. What would happen if I got my husband? Well, would it be safe? Would it be fair? Well, I think it would be fair. I think he said he would probably be able to help me if he was up, you know. And how would it make him feel? I think it might make him feel happy because he was helping me. So I thought about all of those things, and then I gave it a try. That's what number 4 says. I'm going to give it a try. And I went to get my husband, and he couldn't come because he already had gone to work. He wasn't even there. So it didn't work. So I had to think of another solution, one of my other solutions. And I thought, I know, I can try it again. Put my keys in my car. I tried it. And it started that time. I was so happy. I was so happy. So those are all the steps when we have a problem. You know what we get to do now? Practice. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Stacy, I really like the way you are focusing your attention on me. You're looking right at me. It makes me so happy when I know my friends are listening to me. Thank you. Oh, look at this picture. What do you see here? Do you
They're not
think,
sharing.
do you think they're having a problem?
Yes.
Oh, remember our first thing. What's the problem? Patty, you know what the problem is?
She looks mad.
Oh, yeah. I can tell by her face. Good looking at her face. Why do you think she might be mad? What could the problem be?
She's
that
taking
might
her
be-
dress up clothes.
Oh. Oh, I
And
see
she wants
that.
to keep it.
Oh.
And she's bigger.
Ooh, yeah. That might be a problem too. I don't know. Yeah, that's a problem there. Wow. So if these girls are having a problem, they both want the same thing. What could some solutions be?
Get a timer.
Oh, get a timer. Yeah, they could do that. That would be one solution. Good idea. Good thinking. Patty, I like the way you're focusing your attention. That is great. You are really listening and you are thinking. Wow. Getting a timer, that's a good idea.
She could just take it because she's bigger.
She could take it because she's bigger. That's a solution. That's another idea. What's another idea? Let's see if we can think of one more thing that they could do.
Maybe there's another one somewhere.
Oh, that's a good idea. Look for another one like it. Yeah. Wow, you guys have come up with some really nice solutions. Oh, now let's think about those solutions. If they got a timer, let's see what would happen. Would it be safe? Yeah. Yeah. Would it be fair? How do you think everybody would feel?
Pretty good.
Maybe pretty good. Patty, you kind of look like you might not be so sure about it. I don't know. Might have to give it a try. So what about, all right, you had another solution. Stacy had an idea of the big girl could just take it because she's bigger. That would be a solution. Would that be safe?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No.
No? Maybe she could pull it and the other girl could fall or something. Maybe that would it be fair?
Not really.
Probably not. How do you think everybody would feel?
Well, she would be happy.
She'd
But
be happy.
she would be mad.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know if that's the best idea. And what was our other solution?
Could find another one.
find another one. So, do you think that would be safe?
Yes.
That would probably be safe. Would it be fair? How do you think everybody would feel?
It might be more fun if we had two.
So what do you think they might try to do? Should we turn and see? These girls had a solution. Look at their solution. Can you tell what they're doing?
Are they talking about it?
Yeah, I think they might be talking about it. And one is using the hat, and one is going to use the coat.
Oh.
So that's kind of like taking turns.
But she already has the hat.
Oh, but yeah, she has it there, but does she have it here?
Yeah.
Looks like they...
And someone can use the boots.
Oh, you see the boots right there? So maybe, maybe they decided they were going to take turns with it. That's been their solution. So it looks like they worked it out, their problem. Wow, you guys are listening so well and attending. That is so awesome. Now that you guys know how to take care of problems, we're going to be practicing this at school all the time. When you have a problem, we're going to think about this, and I'm going to have this in our room, and we can always go, oh, wait, we have a problem. And then we can go through all of our steps. Let's see, do you guys remember what's this one saying? What's our number one step? What do we have to do first?
What happened? What's my problem?
What's my problem? Number two. That says think, think, think. What are we thinking of? Thinking of some, remember that big long word? Solutions. Oh, let's clap that word. Solutions. That's answers to our problem. Solutions. And then number three is
Ask those questions.
yeah, look at that. What would happen? Would it be safe? Would it be fair? And how would everybody feel? And then give it a try. Right there, you see that one? Give it a try. What happens if it doesn't work?
Think of another one.
Oh, that's right. And that's okay. Sometimes solutions don't work. You just have to keep on trying and keep on trying. Thank you for being such good listeners. All right. All right. So, we watched it again, and you had the chance to kind of feel, how did that feel just watching it for you as far as learning that?
It felt good because I was able to see different things that you might do, things that you might point out to the kids, or different ways to approach the problem, or
Okay.
give different solutions to them too.
Okay.
And then it helps me to remember to go through the steps too.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Yeah, so we did kind of go through as we were watching it again. Wait, I'm just going to make sure that that's showing on us. Sorry. It's kind of more at you there. Turn it just a little bit. Yeah, so as we went through and we watched it, we were able to kind of really go through this, the skill set rubric. And we were able to kind of score it some. Anything that you kind of picked up from watching it, the video again, and scoring it, that maybe some... One thing I just want to mention too is that every teacher has their own style. And we're not out to create mini-me's. That's not our whole goal of coaching. It's wanting to follow the skill set rubric using your own style of teaching and your learning style too. So feeling comfortable with adapting that and changing those, as long as we stay with fidelity because of those practices. That's a really important thing. We want to make sure that we follow the fidelity. We want to follow evidence-based skills. So can you think of any thing that you might want to change in this? Sure. After we watched it? And
After watching it and thinking about my own class's circle time, I know a lot of the side conversations go on. So purposely placing children in spots that I know they'd be successful in
Okay.
and
that's a good-
listening. And possibly even going over the circle time rules at the beginning and need be during
Oh,
the
okay.
circle.
Okay.
Or pointing out, I like how this friend is listening. That
Uh-huh.
type of thing. I know that you did that too. You told Stacy that you liked how she was listening, and I think that would be something that might be in.
And that's actually on the skill set rubric to do that, pointing out to
Yeah.
those kids who, because we talked, attending is going to be the hard thing in your classroom.
There's a lot of really good friends who sometimes like to play, but
Yeah.
to get their attention back. And I think that this is going to be great though, because they'll be more interactive with it and find different solutions and think of their own problems, which I'm sure they're going to be pretty good at figuring out.
Good, good. Okay. So we can think about that. I guess we're, pretty much so. I mean, unless you have any other questions about the whole modeling.
I think that when we were watching it, and from your example about the your car,
Oh.
and then because you had two kids, I think like we were talking about how I could go over maybe a problem that they bring up too and think of some solutions with
That's
them.
a good idea. That's a great idea. Something that is real to them.
Mm-hmm. That way they can relate back and think of their own solutions rather than one for me that they might not understand as much.
Right, right. Great. Okay, I think we're done with modeling. If you feel
Awesome.
comfortable with that.
Feel pretty good, Miss T. Thank you.
Good. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so step 4. We just did the modeling, went
Okay.
through all of that. Now we're going to just jump right into the behavioral rehearsal. Definitely, since we haven't had a whole lot of time in between, stop at me at any time if you have questions. And one of the behavioral rehearsal, basically what is it? It's you get a chance to practice the skill.
Okay.
And we do this so you have an opportunity to practice the skill away from the children. It's similar to role playing in a way, but different too. But with the role playing, you're focusing on doing the role of the person. With behavioral rehearsal, you're focusing on learning a specific skill and demonstrating that skill with a partner.
Okay.
So I'm your partner. So it's a time to kind of try it on, see what it feels like to you. How do you feel about that?
Pretty excited. A little nervous.
Yeah, and it is, because it's something new. I understand completely the nervousness of it, but finally ready to give it a try.
Yeah.
Good. So after watching the modeling and thinking about the skill set rubric, what do you think we talked a little bit about this, but again, just to kind of go over what some of the changes you might need to do to meet the needs of the kids in your classroom.
I think putting them in specific spots so that they could keep attention would be pretty important. Singing the circle time rules and maybe giving reminders during the lesson or our social skill to remember our circle time rules might be an important one for us.
Do you guys have like the little stick puppets of the specific circle time rules?
We do not have
Okay.
those ones, but that is a good model. I know some other classes have used that
Okay.
before, and those really help.
Okay. Maybe we can get those materials ready before you do the live coaching. And maybe I could even help you with that, of using those little puppets with the kids who might be having a little bit of a hard time. We can talk about that when we talk
Okay.
about the live coaching, but it might be an idea. Okay. The other thing to think about is the strategies that you might need to change to be complementary to your own teaching style and your own learning style. What do you think you might want to change with the skill set rubric, if there's anything to maybe meet your style?
I think that this one would be pretty well. I think I'm going to need to really pay attention to pointing out when during the activity tell individual children what they are doing and they're attending. I think that that's something I'm going to have to pay attention and notice, but I think it's something great to practice. But other than that, I think these are all pretty good for the rubric.
Okay, so maybe I can give you, we can figure out a way that I can give you kind of cues to remember to give that positive, descriptive praise during your live coaching.
Okay.
Talk about that too. So here's our little cheat sheet for you.
Okay.
About the different things from the skill set rubric that you're going to kind of want to cover as you're going through the behavioral rehearsal. Since nobody else is going to be here, I'm going to be your child audience. I promise I won't be too difficult. But one thing that's really nice with the behavioral rehearsal is we're going through it. If you're doing something and you're kind of going like, oh wait, should I be doing that or should I? We can stop and we can talk about it. We can discuss it because we want to make sure, again, that this is the best learning opportunity for you. Or maybe if I see something, I think, oh wait, Lacy, why don't you maybe try saying it this way or try holding it this way or something like that. So it's not once you start, you have to go all the way to the finish. It's very fluid and we can stop and discuss as we're going through it.
Okay.
So, you ready?
Ready?
All right, your materials are right over there, and I'm going to go ahead and get our camera switched more a little bit to you. We'll have to remember to switch it back. Again, if you feel like you want to stop at any time and talk things through, go ahead.
You can go there. All right, guys, ready? Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen, this is how we listen at group time, at group time. I didn't know that was how we did that before. Okay, guys, today we're going to be talking about problems. Does anybody know what a problem is?
I have a problem because my dog got lost, and I have a problem because I can't tie my shoes.
Oh, I
Those are
see.
problems.
I see Miss D's giving a lot of different problems that we can use. Tying your shoes is a pretty big problem. You have to learn how to tie them. Sometimes it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking at the problem solving.
You could the problem solving steps, or so that little guy is like the problem solver.
The problem solver, okay.
But you could say, we're going to learn the different steps to use, something like that. So you kind of know, you want to let the kids know what you're going to be doing.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about the different problem solving steps. Oh, Miss D, I like how you're sitting quietly and listening. Okay, so first, you guys see his face. He's saying, what is my problem? How does his face look?
He looks worried.
Yeah, he looks kind of...
He looks like he might be thinking. I guess I see his hand.
Yeah, he's feeling a little... Maybe he's feeling a little frustrated too since he has a problem. Then here, number 2. Think of some solutions.
Yeah.
This guy's face, he looks a little bit happier. Maybe like he's thinking about something. Maybe he's got some different ideas he can use. Can you guys think?
Wait, what's a solution?
A solution is something that we can do to help us with a problem. It is something that we can, like, I heard Dee say that she didn't know how to tie her shoe. So maybe we can think of some solutions to help us learn to tie our shoe. Is that good?
Yeah. Yeah, so that would be like one. Maybe even giving a couple examples of specific solutions.
Okay.
And again, since your kids haven't really learned the solution kit, it might be a little bit more difficult. Normally, again, before you teach the problem solving steps, they would already have those skills.
Solution kits, yeah, so that's going to be a little bit harder.
Okay.
So now, step number 3. would happen if, would it be safe? Would it be fair? And how would everyone feel? So what are some solutions to tying our shoe? Does anybody have an idea what we can do if we don't know how to tie our shoe?
Get a teacher.
Get a teacher, there's a solution. Anybody else?
Wear flip-flops.
Ooh, wear flip-flops, that's a solution
They
too.
don't have ties on them.
I like those ideas, Misty, those are great.
Don't wear any shoes.
Don't wear any shoes, that's another solution. So let's look at these different faces. This one looks a little sad. That one's happy and he looks a little mad. So what would happen if we asked a teacher to tie our shoe? Would it be safe?
Yeah.
Probably. A teacher knows how to tie shoes. Would it be fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Would it be fair? How would it make everyone else feel?
Well, I would feel happy because my shoe would be tied and it wouldn't come off. Maybe. Yeah.
That would be a good. Okay, what about if you wore flip-flops? Would flip-flops, would they be safe?
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's not like snowy or something.
Right, if it was snowy, your feet might get cold.
Oh.
Or what if you were running outside and it was really muddy and dirty? I wonder if your flip-flops would be very safe outside.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to wear flip-flops? Yeah, probably. How would everyone else feel? I think
It'll be okay.
yeah, they probably like your flip-flops. They might think they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're cool ones.
Okay, what about not wearing shoes to school? Would that be safe?
Probably not safe.
No.
Nah.
Would it be fair to not wear shoes to school?
I don't think my mom would like it.
I don't think it'd be very safe either. My feet could get hurt, get
Yeah.
stepped on. How would everybody else feel if you didn't wear your shoes to school?
You didn't probably say stinky feet.
Those are some great ideas, Dee. Okay, so then after we think of our solutions, we could give it a try. So, we ask a teacher. It worked. The teacher could help you tie your shoe, and she could even teach you to tie your shoe.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. Now, since we did that, now we can practice another problem that we have.
Ooh, Jakes.
These two little girls, how's she look?
She looks angry.
She does look angry. What about her?
Ooh, she looks kind of sad to me.
What do you think that their problem is?
I think they both want the jacket. That's the problem. They both want it because one has a hat and one has boots. They both want it.
So it looks like they're both trying to play firefighters. You're right, Miss D. They both want this jacket. What do you think? So you thought of the problem. Now, can we think of a solution?
Let's see. They could take turns.
They could take turns. That's
They could
one
share.
solution.
You know, one thing that, and just an idea, sorry, I'm stopping, but just again to tie it back to
To
that.
have this.
Yeah, if you could have that, and you might even be able to post that on a whiteboard or have it up and you can just point to it because you're really going to want to tie this problem into this.
Okay.
So that would be good. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so think of some solutions. They could trade, they could take turns, they could share. It'd be hard to share the jacket though, so maybe they could trade or take turns.
Those are some great ideas, some great solutions. So if they were going to trade, would that be safe?
Yeah.
Would it be fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how would it make everyone else feel?
Well, if they knew they were both going to get a turn with it, they would probably feel pretty good about it.
I'd feel pretty happy too if I were able to have a turn, share with my friends, and play with them too. What if they were to... What was the second one you gave?
I think I just gave really good solutions. Trade or take turns.
Trade or take turns. Those look like great
You
solutions.
know what though? Maybe she could just rip it out of her hands.
Oh, she ripped it out of her hands, so this girl would rip this one out of her
Yeah,
hand.
because she wanted it.
She did really, and it looks like she really does want it.
Yeah.
Looks like she's got the boots and she wants that jacket.
Yeah.
So what would happen, would it be safe if she tore the jacket out of the other girl's
It might
hand?
rip the jacket or it might hurt her friend.
Yeah, it's not keeping your toys or your friends safe.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to take the jacket from her hand?
Mm-hmm.
No, that might not be a good idea.
No.
How would everybody feel?
Not happy.
Yeah, she might feel happy.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'd be too happy. It wouldn't make me feel too happy if my toys were being taken from me. Those are some good ideas. Now we can flip this over and look at the solution.
Oh, wow. It looks like they were kind of talking about it and maybe figuring out taking turns.
I see Miss
Taking
D.
turns with it.
Miss D noticed that they are taking turns. How do both of their faces look now that they're taking turns?
They look happy now.
They do look happy. They look like
They're having fun together.
they're playing and sharing.
Oh.
They use the problem-solving skills. Okay, so first, what do? First, we think, what is my
What's my problem?
good? Second, we can
Oh, the ideas. Oh, I know. Think of some solutions.
solutions. Nice job, D. What about number 3? What would come next?
Do it?
Do it? Before we do it, maybe we could think of all these different faces up here.
Oh, yeah. Would it be safe?
Would it be safe? Would it be fair? Or how would it make everybody else feel?
Okay.
And then we can
Do it.
do it. His face is happy because he's going to give it a try.
All right. And then you just want to kind of carry it out, bridge it a little bit of, we're going to keep on
We'll continue
practicing these
practicing.
things. And then really, you can just do small groups with this. You can do all kinds of that.
Okay.
Let's watch the video, see how you did. All right. How did you feel seeing yourself?
They're pretty good. I think I did okay.
Yeah, that was great. So, just kind of when we watched it, we went through the skill set rubric and kind of sorted as we were going along. You had some, just really nice. Seemed like you felt comfortable. Again, I didn't quite get all 3 of the descriptive praises back, but you were really engaged. You did give me one that I was watching, and I was a pretty good kid, actually.
You were a really good kid.
I should have been a little bit more difficult for you.
I'm sure I'll have some opportunities.
When you do the life coaching, yes. Overall, it went pretty well. You feel comfortable about it. I really like the way that you were able to reflect back and even use it would be safe, keeping our friends safe and keeping our things safe. That's an expectation, so that's a bonus thing that you added in there, but you're really good at doing that, adding those and relating back to our overall expectations in the class. But you had you used the attention song, so we went through and really, I'd say, with, you introduced the problem solving and we talked about showing the picture, the chart, tweaking a few little things. Any other changes you can think about that?
I think that this is a great starter and something that I can definitely build upon. I think it's a good rubric and something that I can definitely use.
Okay. Then I don't know if we really even need to make any changes to this, other than we talked about having kids sit in specific spots, and you'll do that tomorrow. So placement of kids, children, and then having your fidgets available, and then making the little. Do you want me to go ahead and make those puppets for the
Sure,
attention?
I think it would be a great practice for them, and I think it's something that I could definitely use, so that way I don't have to keep saying, it's my turn. So I can just use that and show them
Okay.
rather than having to stop what I'm doing to remind, you know.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things of having that flow when you're teaching, and it seemed like it flowed really well too.
Mhm.
And you acknowledged my responses, which is great, and you kind of expounded on those, and that's always a good language thing too for the kids, and it helps them to stay engaged when they know that you're really listening to them and responding. So I guess we're done with the behavioral rehearsal. Thanks.
Awesome,
And
thank you.
then tomorrow morning, 7:45, we'll
Okay.
do the kind of getting ready for the live coaching, and then your group time is at
We'll do it about 9:45.
9:45. Okay, great. And I'll have the video camera in there, and we'll go ahead and take care of that.
All right,
Thanks,
awesome.
Lacy.
Thank you, Missy.
Uh-huh.